Plug-in solar is one of the hottest topics in the UK electrical scene right now because the UK government are just about to make it legal. But there are so many questions still surrounding this topic. So we're here at Intersolar in Munich to try and see if we can shed some light on what might be the future of UK plug-in solar. We're going to speak to people from around the world, from countries who already have plug-in solar, as well as some who don't, to see what their take is on this industry hot potato. So how might plug-in solar actually work in the UK? Well, it looks like there's going to be an 800 watt limit to what you can push out into your socket circuit, basically for safety reasons. So you'll see 800 watts of consumption coming from your plug-in solar system, but the solar could actually generate more than that and charge the batteries. So as long as you've got spare capacity in the batteries, you could fill those batteries up and then just be overflowing from those batteries at a rate of 800 watts to cover most of the loads in the house. If you're using less than 800 watts in the house, I guess it will just export the excess out to the grid. But it shows you all your savings, and it's kind of like a nice way to dip your toes into the world of solar without spending a huge amount of money. And particularly if you're in a rental property or you own a flat that you can't fit solar on the roof, this could be an ideal solution. So this is Mark, he's got a YouTube channel, Mark Test It, so check it out. And his YouTube channel is all about plug-in solar, and
right.
You're from here in Germany, right?
Yeah, I'm a German guy.
So I'm really interested to talk to you because in the UK, we're just about to roll out all of this plug-in solar stuff, but it's so new to us. And I think the government are learning from what you guys have done here in Germany to implement things in the UK. So tell me, like, how long has plug-in solar been available in Germany?
Quite over 4 years now. It started all with a microinverter, 2 solar panels without storage, but nowadays storage is very common here. So I think the percentage is 70% with storage at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
So, and we do it like you just plug it in your normal household plug, which isn't allowed, but everybody is doing it.
Right, okay, so it's not actually allowed to do that.
It's not actually allowed. There are a lot of regulations actually in Germany. It's getting overcomplicated. So the normal household user just plug it in.
Okay. So this is Vin from Solar Quotes in Australia.
It's Jordan from Artisan Electrics.
Oh my goodness, I just got fanboyed by an Australian. So tell me about the market in Australia. Are you guys allowed to fit plug-in solar?
No, completely banned. We've got very strong regulations in Australia. They're way too over the top. And we really need plug-in. We don't need plug-in solar, but we need plug-in batteries for renters.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a long fight getting the government to approve it, but hopefully we'll get there.
So are you thinking of getting plug-in solar for your home when it becomes legal? Let us know in the comments below. So this is SIG Energy's new plug-in solar solution. Not immediately available in the UK yet, but coming soon. And what's interesting about it is it actually looks really beautiful and it feels really solid. You know, it fits in nicely with SIG Energy's premium product ethos. This is the main 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐫 make unit. It's a battery and inverter in one. So it's 2.7 kilowatt hours of storage with a 1.4 kilowatt charge and discharge rate, which is bidirectional, 4 MPPTs. You can connect up to 4 kilowatts of solar panels to it. Then you've got the BAT units, which are essentially just an expansion battery, 2.7 kilowatt hours of usable capacity, or just under, I think it's 2.68, something like that. And you can stack multiple of these up to about 56 kilowatt hours, I believe, in total. You can parallel these main units as well for quite a large system, potentially, which means it's really, really flexible. You've got a couple of sockets, ports on the side. So you can plug appliances directly into this. So as well as being able to plug it into your socket at home and charge and discharge from your socket circuit, you could take this out with you camping, and it's a true portable power solution for if you're out and about and you need power on the go. So this is my friend Jeremy. He's got a YouTube channel in France all about plug-in solar, renewable tech, EV chargers. I want to ask you, Jeremy, what's the situation in France with plug-in solar? How long has it been available, and is it popular?
It's really popular. We have a lot of brands coming on the market, on the French market, and it started maybe 5-6 years ago with just solar panels, plug and play.
Yeah.
And then the batteries came in. So yeah, it's really a big deal in France. Yeah.
And do you have any problems with safety, people plugging things in and causing issues with the wiring?
For now, it's fine.
Okay.
But in every video I say, okay, pay attention where you plug the batteries.
Yeah.
ask for a professional if you don't know where you should plug it.
Yeah.
So yeah, people have to be careful, but hopefully for now everything is fine.
Do they have to get some checks by an electrician to see if it's safe to plug in or anything like this?
I would recommend that.
Yeah.
If you don't know, if you have no idea of how it works at your home,
Yeah.
ask for an electrician.
Okay. And the panels, do they just put them in the balcony, in the garden, everywhere?
Yeah, that's so many crazy installations that I see on YouTube, and friends of mine send me pictures.
Yeah.
It's a very big deal. Yeah, it's a real big deal.
Yeah.
People love that. Yeah.
Because I understand that the solar market's quite saturated in Australia, is that right?
Solar markets, probably 40% of homes in Australia have got solar.
Yeah.
To the extent that on July the 1st, most people in Australia will be able to get 3 free hours of electricity every day between 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock.
Wow.
So combine that with a plug-in battery for renters,
Yeah.
and that solved the problem. They can use everyone else's solar. So yeah, this is why we're pushing so hard for plug-in batteries.
Amazing. Yeah. So you're sort of quite a few steps ahead of us in the UK. Like we need more solar on the grid.
Yeah.
We can still get paid decently for export right now.
Yeah.
Maybe that will change as the market gets more saturated and more mature, like with you guys. And can you get paid to export your power from these systems?
Not for the plug-in systems. There you don't get paid. So that's why we make zero export.
Okay.
So we're running a smart meter gateway like a 𝐿𝐸. There are also some smart meters from the manufacturers like SIG Energy or so.
Yeah. Are you able to export to the grid from the plug-in solar in France?
We can, because there is a limit of 3,000 watts.
2,000.
3,000 watts.
3,000. Okay.
Yeah, 3,000 watts. So below 3,000 watts of solar installed, you can do what you want.
Okay.
There's no regulation for that.
And can you get paid for that export?
No.
Okay.
No. And that's the beauty of the thing. So you don't get paid, so people buy batteries and install batteries.
Yeah.
So the more you can send back to the grid for nothing,
Yeah.
the more you want to have an EV charger, the more you want to have extra batteries.
Yeah. Self-consumption
Yeah,
is the
exactly,
key with plug-in
exactly,
solar.
exactly.
Yeah. So when it comes to plug-in solar, one thing I've seen a lot of people talking about is micro-inverters, which are these. Now, this is basically a mini inverter that you can connect a couple of solar panels to, put a 13 amp plug on the end and plug it into your socket circuit. And a few sort of DIY plug-in solar people have been doing this already and it works. So how does a micro-inverter work? Well, this is your AC cable. So you'd have a little plug with a 13 amp plug that you plug into your socket circuits here, or you can hardwire it obviously. And then these are your PV inputs. This one's got 2 PV inputs and a maximum rating of 1200 VA or 1200 watts. This one's got 4 PV inputs and a rating of up to 2000 VA or 2000 watts. So you could potentially string up multiple panels on each PV input here, as long as you keep to the maximum rating. And it enables you to very simply and quickly set up your own PV system. However, there's an issue with this because there's no battery storage involved. It's purely solar generation. And as we've seen from some of our conversations today, it may well be that you won't get paid for export from these kind of systems, in which case you really want to be storing some of the solar energy if you can't use it, and then using it later on, for example, overnight or at other times of the day when the sun's not shining as strongly. So although this is probably the cheapest way of doing plug-in solar, I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best, but it is certainly an option, and that's what Solax are showing here. We've seen other micro-inverter companies as well doing the same thing, so it's an interesting thing to consider. And you were saying to me earlier that in the Netherlands, they actually have to pay to export to the grid, is that right?
That's right. That's because AC coupled storage is so common now in Netherlands and France, because they have to pay for the export to the grid.
Wow.
They're installing AC coupled systems in a rush right now.
So to stop their solar from exporting, they want to capture it and use it themselves.
So they do zero export now and coupling with AC.
Yeah.
So what's your game plan for convincing the government to make it legal?
The government are actually pushing it now.
The government's pushing it.
In the UK,
Brilliant.
the government have just released a consultation and they want to get it out in the next few months that it's legal, but they're really pushing for regulators to kind of catch up and figure out how to do it safely, because that's potentially the issue. And a lot of electricians are worried that it's going to cause all sorts of headaches from an electrical safety point of view.
Well, so Australia is leading England in so many ways on solar and batteries, but you're leading the way on plug-in solar for cautious government. So I'm going to see what you guys are doing and try and copy it.
Well, there you go.
We can
Watch
learn
this
from
space.
you.
Now, when it comes to plug-in solar, the expandability can be very similar to a traditional residential energy storage system. So companies like Indivolt offer a stackable solution where you've got different battery modules of different capacities, and you can stack them up together to expand your capacity depending on your needs. With the inverter on the top and the solar panels plugged in, you've got an all-in-one home energy solution that can plug in and run your house off your own solar. The other benefit of plug-in systems like this, though, is that if there isn't any sun shining, you can charge them up overnight on cheap rate electricity, and that can enable you to reduce your cost per kilowatt hour to lower than it might normally be if you're drawing from the grid during the day. Do you have any bad experiences with this? Anything dangerous?
Not at all.
No problems?
Not at all.
Wow.
So there might be some problems, but it's not very common that there are maybe fire hazards or so on. So the normal household in Germany is running 3-phase, 60 amps on 1.5 small wires.
Yeah.
So and there is not such a big deal with fire hazard or something else.
Okay. Yeah. And what's the maximum output for these systems that can plug in?
800 watts is
Yeah.
quite, it's not allowed really. Over 800 watts, I every time tell the customer, go to an approved electrician and let it install from an approved electrician. Because 800 watts is enough normally.
I was in China last week and I had the opportunity to visit many factories of plug-in batteries.
Okay.
And the safety is #1 for them.
Okay.
Yeah. It's crazy to see the factories, and every step there is a check to make sure that everything is fine. Because if there is just one battery that burns, it can be the end for the entire industry.
Yeah.
We don't have the system to check the electrics every few years. It's
no
like you have
EICRs in Germany. Yeah.
So you can run a hose from 1936 within your old electrics and plug in stuff. So that's not like you in the UK.
Yeah. So plug-in solar is coming to the UK, and hopefully this video has enlightened you a little bit on what tech might be coming and what methods and challenges there might be from the conversations that we've had with other installers. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, make sure you watch the full coverage of our Intersolar event. There'll be a link on the screen now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.